Some of the most passionate football fans in the world can be found cheering for Napoli with pride. However, not even some of the most devoted Neapolitans could have imagined or predicted a campaign this extraordinary up to this point. This season, expectations were minimal before the first ball was ever kicked. A top 4 finish would be seen as a miraculous accomplishment if experienced veterans like Lorenzo Insigne, Dries Mertens, and Kalidou Koulibaly left the team. In addition, they are conveniently positioned among the top 4. But with 18 points on Inter Milan, the two-time Italian champions are also comfortably in the lead. And 21 points in front of the Miracle Champions League qualification. Napoli has recently played some exhilarating, entertaining, and intensely energetic football. Although both fans and neutrals have found this exciting, one criticism that always seems to haunt them is their lack of dependability and performance in crucial circumstances. With only one loss in the first 21 games across all competitions, the team had a phenomenal start to the season. However, the World Cup break presented a real test. Whether Napoli had the personnel to maintain their strong momentum or if the unwelcome interruption caused the wheels to finally come off, was the question. Since suffering a 1-0 loss to Inter Milan following the World Cup, Napoli has triumphantly passed the test with flying colors. Maintaining a perfect record and reproducing the superb football on display in 2022. They work together as if they have been playing together for years, complementing each other superbly all over the field. In addition, the fact that they have only allowed 23 goals in 31 games across all competitions this season shows how strong and diligent they are off the ball. You might believe that the squad lacks superstars. The most sought-after players in the world of football, however, are Victor Osimhen and Khvicha Kvaratskhelia. Osimhen, a 24-year-old center forward who was previously unknown, had a challenging childhood while growing up in Nigeria. His mother tragically died and his father lost his job in the space of 3 months. Osimhen would spread his pocket money across the table to pay for food and other necessities for his family while working as a bottled water salesman in busy areas. In actuality, no defense has been able to stop the star striker yet. He has aerial ability in case the opposition decides to sit back. Osimhen has the incredible speed to use on the counter with his raw skill on the ball if the opposition decides to push a high line. Not to mention that he is a powerful physical presence holding up the ball while facing away from the goal. But Kvaratskhelia, also known as Kvaradona in honor of legendary Napoli player Diego Maradona, is the real revelation of this season. Due to his unwavering devotion and passion for football, the Georgia native left winger was destined to succeed. His lack of strength and firepower as he grew older appeared to be an issue in his early career. But for someone with his talent, this was not a problem. Having grown up in a working-class family, the 22-year-old is aware of the hardships and arduous labor needed to succeed. Similar to his countryman in Osimhen. Renowned for his breathtaking flair, effortlessness with which he can beat his opponent, as well as for his vision and goal-scoring propensity. Given the exorbitant fees charged today, the $10 million investment Napoli made in him last year seems like one of the transfers of the century. Juventus, AC Milan, and Inter Milan have historically despised the Neapolitans. Being referred to as peasants by those supporters due to the poor quality of life and high poverty rate in Napoli. The fact that the fans of Naples can relate to Osimhen and Kvaratskhelia stories and are experiencing this powerful wave of emotion together just seems right. Through their direct collaboration, the two have scored 24 goals. Only after Messi, Mbappé, and Foden, 32, as well as Haaland and Foden, 25. The distinction is that Osimhen and Kvara have maintained their consistency throughout the entire season. The team is winning so frequently and playing excellent football that it has become expected. Football is a game of styles, and head coach Luciano Spalletti's aggressive style is bringing out the best and the most potent and dynamic team in world football right now. Osimhen has 20 goals and 4 assists across all competitions. While Khvicha has impressively surpassed double digits in both categories, scoring 12 goals and dishing out 15 assists. They have contributed directly to 51 goals in total, or 64% of Napoli's goals across all competitions. Without a doubt, every club left in the Champions League wants to stay away from the Italian team at all costs. Pressing is something Napoli enjoys doing, and they've upped their game to a new level of ferocity that almost matches the Premier League's norm. Now that has been said, the question is, can Napoli actually win the Champions League? By easily defeating Eintracht Frankfurt 2-0 in the first leg of their round of 16 match. Napoli demonstrated that they are capable of making some serious noise. Obviously, it was beneficial to play primarily against 10 men in the second half. But even before that incident, they didn't shift out of first gear. Remember that Napoli was in Germany while away from home, playing at the Deutsche Bank Park in front of one of the most hostile crowds in all of Europe. They have never before advanced past the competition's quarterfinals, bringing to light the possibility of inexperience as they begin to compete with the real contenders. On the other hand, the majority of the usual favorites are not performing well. Several teams, including Manchester City, Liverpool, PSG, and Chelsea, are finding it difficult to put together a run of consistent performances that live up to their high expectations. They will supposedly be picked apart eventually by a team with the caliber of Real Madrid or Bayern Munich, according to some. However, Spalletti's team is so well-rounded in their game that it is frightening to watch how easily they can switch up their style of play. Napoli just has that air about them right now where their football is so breathtaking and fluid that it seems as though a fairy tale conclusion could very well be in the cards. Because they play the best football and arguably have the best partnership in Europe. Could Napoli become the first Italian team to win the European Championship since José Mourinho's Inter Milan in 2010? For the first time in 33 years, winning the Scudetto seemed unthinkable. Even so, being acknowledged as the best team on the continent undoubtedly surpasses that accomplishment. It is highly advised that it takes precedence in your schedule if you haven't had the chance to see a Napoli game this season. Let the inspiring story of Napoli continue.